What's up, peeps? It's Friday, Susan. The longest month of the year is over. Although I will say this, every year I pray that the Lord would speed up January and get it out, because every year January is just the worst month of the year in Maine. It lasts for 373 days. You go through 1 month in January in Maine, and it's like you go through all the holidays and Christmas and New Year's all over again just in the month of January. It's brutal. But you know what? Now I live in the South, and do you know what that means? It means it's January 26th, and it's going to be 70 degrees today. 70. I have on short sleeves and a dress. It's going to be 70 degrees today. I'm not at all excited about the fact that it's going to be 70 degrees in January. All of us, literally, Marin took one look at the weather report and said, I need to take Friday off and wear shorts, and we need to go do something. Like, just drive. Can we just drive somewhere? So that's what we're doing. Marin worked ahead on her schoolwork. We did extra geometry yesterday and almost died from extra geometry, but we got through it. And now we're going to get in the car and go for a ride. I want to go to an Amish store. So that's what we're going to do. All right, Pam says, update on Layla. She will have surgery on February 2nd. Excuse me. On February 2nd, doctors told him it will be a long, dangerous surgery. There are now 5 tumors that are growing fast, and they're on her bones. And it confirmed that it is cancer, Pam? I hate cancer. I hate it. All right, he's excited. You know what he's excited about? He says, it's going to be 70. And these fools are going to leave for the day and let me have fun. Elizabeth, I have never in my life seen a more useless subject than geometry. I literally cannot find one thing in my child's life that she needs to know what a quadrilateral parallelogram isosceles trapezoid is for. Can't figure it out. She ain't gonna be an architect, so I'm pretty sure we can just move on at this point. All right, let's shut up, KJ. Let's read the Bible. January 26th, Job's 9th speech, a response to Bildad. Job 26, 1 through 14. Then Job spoke again. How have you helped the powerless? How you have helped the powerless. How you have saved the weak. How you have enlightened my stupidity. What wise advice you have offered. This is dripping with sarcasm, by the way. Where have you gotten all these wise sayings? Whose spirit speaks through you? The dead tremble. Those who live beneath the waters. The underworld is naked in God's presence. The place of destruction is uncovered. God stretches the northern sky over empty space and hangs the earth on nothing. He wraps the rain in his thick clouds, and the clouds don't burst with the weight. He covers the face of the moon, shrouding it with his clouds. He created the horizon when he separated the waters. He set the boundaries between day and night. The foundations of heaven tremble. They shudder at his rebuke. By his power, the sea grew calm. By his skills, he crushed the great sea monster. His spirit made the heavens beautiful, and his power pierced the gliding serpent. These are just the beginning of all that he does, merely a whisper of his power. Who then can comprehend the thunder of his power? Job's final speech. Job 27, 1 through 23. Job continued speaking. I vow by the living God who has taken away my rights, by the Almighty who has embittered my soul, as long as I live, while I have breath from God, my lips will speak no evil, and my tongue will speak no lies. I will never concede that you are right. I will defend my integrity until I die. Until I die. I will maintain my innocence without wavering. My conscience is clear for as long as I live. May my enemy be punished like the wicked, my adversary like those who do evil. For what hope do the godless have when God cuts them off and takes away their life? Will God listen to their cry when trouble comes upon them? Can they take delight in the Almighty? Can they call to God at any time? I will teach you about God's power. I will not conceal anything concerning the Almighty, but you have seen all this. Yet you say all these useless things to me. This is what the wicked will receive from God. This is their inheritance from the Almighty. They may have many children, but the children will die in war or starve to death. Those who survive will die of a plague, and not even their widows will mourn them. Evil people will have piles of money and may store away mounds of clothing, but the righteous will wear that clothing, and the innocent will divide that money. The wicked build houses as fragile as a spider's web, as flimsy as a shelter made of branches. The wicked go to bed rich, but wake up to find all their wealth is gone. Terror overwhelms them like a flood, and they are blown away in the storms of the night. The east wind carries them, and they are gone. It sweeps them away. It whirls down on them without mercy. They struggle to flee from its power, but everyone jeers at them and mocks them. Job speaks of wisdom and understanding. Job 28, 1 through 28. People know where to mine silver and how to refine gold. They know where to dig iron from the earth and how to smelt copper from a rock. They know how to shine light in the darkness and explore the farthest regions of the earth as they search in the dark for the ore. They sink in a mine shaft into the earth, far from where anyone lives. They descend on ropes, swinging back and forth. Food is grown on the earth above, but down below the earth is melted as by fire. Here the rocks contain precious lapis lazuli, and the dust contains gold. These are the treasures no bird of prey can see, no falcon's eyes observe, no wild animal has walked upon these treasures, and no lion has ever set his paw there. People know how to tear apart flinty rocks and overturn the roots of mountains. They cut tunnels in the rocks and uncover precious stones. They dam up the trickling streams and bring to light the hidden treasures. How do people know where to find wisdom? Where can they find understanding? No one knows where to find it, for it is not found among the living. It is not there, says the ocean, nor is it here, says the sea. It cannot be bought with gold. It cannot be purchased with silver. It's worth more than all the gold of Ophir, greater than the precious onyx or lapis lazuli. Wisdom is more vulnerable than gold and crystal. It cannot be purchased with jewels mounted in fine gold. Coral and jasper are worthless in trying to get it. The price of wisdom is far above rubies. Precious peridot from Ethiopia cannot be exchanged for it. It's worth more than the purest gold. But do people know where to find wisdom? Where can they find understanding? It is hidden from the eyes of all humanity. Even the sharp-eyed birds in the sky cannot discover it. Destruction and death say, we've heard only rumors of where wisdom can be found. God alone understands the way to wisdom. He knows where it can be found, for he looks throughout the whole earth and sees everything under the heavens. He decided how hard the winds should blow and how much rain should fall. He made the laws for the rain and laid out a path for the lightning. Then he saw wisdom and evaluated it. He set it in place and examined it thoroughly. And this is what he says to all humanity. Fear the Lord. Fear of the Lord is true wisdom. To forsake evil is real understanding. Job speaks of his former blessings. Job 29, 1 through 25. Job continued speaking. I long for the years gone by when God took care of me, when he lit up the way before me, and I walked safely through the darkness. When I was in my prime, God's friendship was felt in my home. The Almighty was still with me, and my children were around me. My steps were awash in cream, and the rocks gushed olive oil for me. Those were the days when I went to the city gate and took my place among the honored leaders. The young stepped aside when they saw me, and even the aged rose in respect. And even the aged rose in respect at my coming. The princes stood in silence and put their hands over their mouths. The highest officials of the city stood quietly, holding their tongues in respect. All who heard me praised me. All who saw me spoke well of me, for I assisted the poor in their need and the orphans who required help. I helped those without hope, and they blessed me, and I caused the widows' hearts to sing for joy. Everything I did was honest. Righteousness covered me like a robe, and I wore justice like a turban. I served as eyes for the blind and feet for the lame. I was a father to the poor and assisted strangers who needed help. I broke the jaws of godless oppressors and plucked their victims from their teeth. I thought, surely I will die surrounded by my family after a long, good life. For I am like a tree whose roots reach the water, whose branches are refreshed with the dew. New honors are constantly bestowed on me, and my strength is continually renewed. Everyone listened to my advice, and they were silent as they waited for me to speak. And after I spoke, they had nothing to add, for my counsel satisfied them. They longed for me to speak as people long for rain. They drank my words like a refreshing spring rain. When they were discouraged, I smiled at them. My look of approval was precious to them. Like a chief, I told them what to do. I lived like a king among his troops and comforted those who mourned. All right. Reading from our poetry book. We are reading the poem titled Jesus, Lord of All. Jesus can't be Lord until he's Lord of all. Jesus will come into the heart of a believer only if you are willing to be a receiver. Salvation is the first stepping stone. Worldly things and pleasures can interfere and cause you to roam. The second step will be postponed until you get your feet back on the solid rock that leads to Jesus, the Son. Keep your heart, eyes, and mind on Jesus, and soon the last stepping stone will come. The outstretched arms of Jesus are waiting for the last step. This makes him Lord of all. February 9th, 1982. All right. We are probably a third of the way through this book, right? Yeah, about a third of the way, little under, a few pages under a third of the way. After this is over, I'm going to read once again. I'm going to read. Trying to think what it's called. I wanted to show you in case you don't have the book. No, where is it? It's here somewhere because I saw it. Right here. Oh, hello. Stuff's falling all over the place. We're going to read this again. I think it's important to read again. Breaking Free from Body Shame. Great book. I want to be like those Instagram influencers with their stupid fingernails on everything. Is it just me that's annoyed by that? We're going to read that again. So if you don't have that book, pick it up because it is fabulous. And Jess Connolly is amazing. I've had the pleasure of being on Zoom calls with her multiple times and being able to talk to her personally about this book. And it's fabulous. Let me put it back over there before I forget. All right. Let me just go back through the chat real quick. All right, we are going to pray for Layla for sure this morning. Oh, really? February is cold. Yay! We'll absolutely pray, Kim, for your dad. Elizabeth, I totally agree with Megan. It's a triangle. Who cares? Oh man, Donna. You start getting your kefir in, girl. Get that body back in balance. Might help some. All right. Let's go ahead and say a word of prayer. Father God, we thank you so much for today and for this week, that we've had a productive week filled with hope in you, God. And I just pray today as we go through our day that you will help us to recognize exactly where our hope lies, and that is in you and you alone. God, I just pray that you will bring that right to the forefront of our mind today as we walk through struggles, as we worry about dads with cancer and different diseases, and moms that are struggling with things, and us individually that have different struggles going on in our lives. I just pray that you will remind us today of our hope and exactly where it lies, and just encourage us today in that, and help us to encourage each other in our journey and in our walk and in our relationship with you. God, I pray today for Kim and for her dad at this PET scan, and I just pray for healing there. And I pray that the results of that PET scan will be shocking in the healing that has taken place. And God, I just pray for that blessing for that family today. I also pray for Layla and these tumors and this horrible cancer. God, I just pray that you will heal Layla. I just pray for your peace that passes all understanding to be upon her and her family. And I cannot imagine the anxiety and stress that comes along with that, with your baby. And God, I just pray that you will bless them today and give them peace today. I also pray for Donna, and I pray that you will heal this UTI, clear her of these kidney stones. And God, I just pray for your comfort for her as she walks through this. And I pray for Jennifer today with her kidney stone, and everybody going through different procedures and issues with stones. And God, I just pray for your healing. God, I just thank you for the opportunity to gather with these women. I thank you for the opportunity to lead these devotions each day. And I just pray that you will continue to grow this ministry, bring women in to gather together before you each morning to start our day off in the Word. God, I pray that as we go through our day, you will help us to honor you with everything that we say and do. Keep our relationship with you and other people's need for you at the top of our mind today. In your precious name I pray. Amen. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining. I am cooking live this morning, but I'm not sure. Yesterday, I was looking at the cookbook, and the next recipe in it was spaghetti and meatballs. And I don't have, I used my ground beef that was for my chili yesterday. We had spaghetti last night. And so I'm not feeling spaghetti this morning. So I'm going to skip that one, although it can be super easy. It's meatballs and spaghetti. You use Dreamfields or you use Miracle Noodles, and you don't make meatballs. You just cook your hamburger. I think pretty much anybody can figure that recipe out. So I'm going to jump over that one and see what's next in the book. And if I have the ingredients for that, if not, I'll find something in the book that I can make quick and easy with what I do have. And I'm hungry, so it's going to have to be good. All right. I hope to see you there for breakfast in just a few minutes. And if not, I will see you back tomorrow bright and early for devotions. Have an amazing Friday.